Another packed select board agenda, information on the supervisors of the checklist session, and more on this, the Exeter Biweekly Report. I'm Hillary Donnell, and let's get started. On Monday, the select board meeting lasted nearly 4 hours due to another packed agenda. The Center for Public Safety Management held a presentation at the last select board meeting. They were contracted by the town of Exeter to complete an analysis of the town's police and fire departments.
And after some discussion with the town manager and the fire chief, uh, our recommendation is maintain the fire department and the EOC in the current location, renovate the current facility, modernize it, and take care of some of those key challenges that we have pointed out. Construct a new police ECC facility separate from the fire facility in another part of the town.
Up next, two members of the Energy Committee gave an update on their efforts to look into community power aggregation.
We provided a memo that sort of summarized what we were asking. The first is to establish an electric aggregation committee, which the law specifies as sort of step one in beginning to develop a community power program for the town. And the second is to consider joining a new coalition that was formed around this issue in the state, that its primary purpose, I think, is going to be, at least initially, to help communities develop community power programs and also to aggregate some of their energy demand.
A discussion about mobile vending was continued from the last board meeting, with Economic Development Director Darren Windham coming back with his proposal.
While this program has never been under the control of the Economic Development Department, and because the last select board meeting, I was asked if I would like the program to shift to my department, I would propose to have this responsibility be a joint effort with the Economic Development Department and the town manager's office. This is the method we use for Exeter's temporary outdoor dining program, and it works seamlessly. We require a hand-drawn schematic, proof of insurance naming the town as additionally insured, and sign off by all relevant department heads. So regarding options for mobile vending, we have come up with three to wit. Option one, disallow mobile vending in Exeter altogether. Option two, in the C1 downtown and waterfront commercial districts, allow mobile vending in up to 6 municipal parking spaces adjacent to Townhouse Common. We'll show that in a minute. Option number three, in the C1 downtown and waterfront commercial districts, allow mobile vending in up to 6 municipal parking spaces adjacent to Townhouse Common and 1 municipal parking space on Front Street, the exact location to be determined by the select board.
To catch up on this and other recent meetings, head to exeternh.gov/meetings, where you can find links to the agendas, meeting packets, and meeting video. The supervisors of the checklist will be in session. Here's what you need to know.
Hi, I'm Vicki Navoychek, and I'm one of your supervisors of the checklist here in the town of Exeter. If you're not familiar, we actually do a verification every 10 years. And what that means is voters that haven't voted in the last 4 elections since April 1st, 2017, will be receiving a letter from the supervisors of the checklist asking them to re-verify their voting status. So if you receive that letter, we would love you to come back in and re-register with us. And that does mean you need to bring your proof of ID, domicile, your citizenship, as well as your age. So New Hampshire driver's license that has your current address, your photograph, and your age on there, that covers 3 of the 4 needs. And then of course your citizenship would be either a birth certificate, passport, or your naturalization papers if you're a naturalized citizen here in New Hampshire. And we'll be hosting 2 sessions. The first session will be May 11th. We will be meeting as a team. We have 3 supervisors. John Crowley is one of our supervisors, as well as Michelle Burke. And we'll be meeting on May 11th at 5 p.m., which is a Tuesday, at the town offices in the Wheelwright Room. So anybody that may have not voted in the past 4 years, so since 2017, are welcome to come and re-register prior to us sending out the letters. So that's the day that we actually publish the letters and put them in the mail to go out. Then, so we'll be hosting a second session on Tuesday, June 18th, again at 5 o'clock in the Wheelwright Room, for any voter that wants to come in and meet with us supervisors. And the great news is anytime between May 11th and June 18th, if you can't make either of those sessions, you can always walk into the town office and one of our town clerks can actually meet with you and have you fill out the form. Any questions, feel free to give us a call or send us an email. We're at soc@exeternh.org.
Sherm Chester from the Seacoast Sports Forum gives us an update on NFL prospects, and Exeter High alum Hunter Long as the NFL draft is underway.
Thanks, Hillary. Exeter Blue Hawk and Boston College football alum Hunter Long, a tight end standout, is anticipating his selection in the NFL draft. Hunter is expected to be selected in the second or third round of the draft, and he's waiting for his name to be called alongside his family at home right here in Exeter. We sat down with Hunter on the Seacoast Sports Forum to talk about entering the draft.
I'm just grateful to be in this to be in this position and have this opportunity and kind of share it with Exeter and share it with my hometown and where I'm from and be here for this moment. I mean, I always love coming back to Exeter, so just excited for the moment and excited to be here for it.
In a special overtime edition, we spoke to Coach Bill Ball from Exeter High School about what it's like to have one of your former athletes heading to the pros.
It's really exciting, it's and what people don't see is the labor of hard work, right? All the time that aside from practices and weight lifting and strength and conditioning, but the time they put on their own and the commitment of their families to their level of achievement is pretty amazing.
You can watch both of these interviews on Exeter TV's YouTube page. And the Exeter Blue Hawk family wish Hunter all the best. And we'll be sure to have an update in our next episode of the Seacoast Sports Forum. Back to you, Hillary.
We sat down with Exeter Lion Club's president Marie Hall to talk about their organization's history, preceding their first clothing drive starting today.
It was just local to Chicago, Illinois, and then gradually grew across the country and around the world. Helen Keller, which many people may know, asked the Lions to be her Knights of the Blind. So our first service platform really that Lions became involved with, the Exeter Lions Club, was founded 10 years later in 1927. So we have a long history in the town of Exeter. We serve Brentwood, East Kingston, Exeter, Stratham, Newfields, and Kensington, or all the schools in the SAU 16. And one of our biggest projects that people may know about or may not know about is that we do vision screening in all the schools and in all the preschools in those towns that I mentioned. I saw that there were some other organizations in the state that had partnered with Echo Smith Recycling, and we decided we'd give it a try. It sounded like it was pretty easy. They pay us for the clothing and household textiles that we collect, as well as shoes and footwear. They pay us a little bit more for shoes and footwear by the pound than they do by the clothing. They then, in turn, what we collect, they recycle it. And if it's resellable, it is sold to countries around the world at a very reduced rate. If the items are not resellable, then they're broken down and the fibers are used to manufacture insulation and other products. So everything that we collect goes to use. It doesn't end up going into a landfill or anything. It raises money for our club, but it satisfies one of our environment fulfillments. It's a good way to ensure that clothing isn't just going into landfills and things like that. You could contact me for more information, either via email or phone. We'd love to have you come and check us out. We're always looking for volunteers.
Well, everyone, it looks like it's time for another Looks like we're getting a little extraterrestrial interference, I mean, as we're wont to do in this town, huh? Well, let me see if... Oh, no. It's just Garrett Prey with our star report for May.
Hello, Exeter, and happy month of May. This May, as we will be seeing in the night sky, the 5th into the 6th is the Eta Aquarid meteor shower. From dusk till dawn, meteors passing through the entirety of the night. May 7th and May 14th, we'll have what's called Earthshine nights. Due to the orbit of the moon, it shall be the utmost reflective of the sun's light. And on May 26th, the grand finale of the month, we will have a total lunar eclipse, a supermoon, and the flower moon. The flower moon is going to be a pinkish moon. The supermoon, due to where the moon shall sit in its orbit, is going to be the most visible and look super big. And the total lunar eclipse is when, as you can see in this time lapse, the moon shall pass by the sun and the sun will overcast a shadow over it, giving a nice, amazing visual event to end your May. All right, Exeter, enjoy those sky night spectaculars.
Well, it looks like that's it for us this week. Our next edition of the Exeter Biweekly Report will be May 14th. We'll see you then, and here's your 4-day forecast. Friday will be rainy, with a high of 63 degrees and a low of 43 degrees. Saturday will be partly cloudy, with a high of 59 degrees and a low of 45 degrees. Sunday will be partly cloudy, with a high of 70 degrees and a low of 46 degrees. And Monday will be rainy, with a high of 58 degrees and a low of 48 degrees.